at night or broad daylight, she's bringing the truth into the fight. Shining a light where the shadows creep, for the lost, the stolen, the ones who will weep. She won't turn away, she won't back down, even when the loony clowns come round. Threats don't shake her, lies don't win. She stands for justice, right till the end. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. Chase fame, some chase views, but she fights for those with nothing to lose. For the kids who vanish without a trace, she won't stop till she cracks the case. They try to silence, they try to scare, but truth don't break and she's still there, calling out monsters, showing their game. Justice comes when you speak their name. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kid true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. Need a voice, kids stand strong, she makes the choice. For victims gone, for those in need, she's fighting hard, she won't concede. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the
Good morning, my people. I am up and I'm ready for this. You know what today. Okay, hold on a minute. You guys, I am up and I am loud. Okay, which is so strange. I got an iPhone 12, which I love, Pro Max. And then I got the new phone. Don't get it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. And you only get to see a couple comments at the time. However, the other one, this is so weird. Good, you're here now. I put that there for you, sweet girl. That is just so fucking weird. Sorry, guys. I got to use both phones now. This is so weird. Good morning. How are you? What a night. I got some good rest though, so I'm ready to go. Hey sis, how you doing? Hi Robert. Good morning. Melissa from the bushes. Hi Amber. How you doing? I sent you a screenshot of TikTok about an arrest. Okay, I'll look into it. Hi, Rhonda. Who else is here? People in the bushes. My sweet Aussie friend, my sister. Rach. Who else is here? Oh, happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, I don't celebrate it. Want to know why? Because I got married that day and I got divorced that day. So there's that. It was crazy. I was so tired. You guys, I was so drained. Now, people, people. This is sad. They detain people, right? They detain. Um, I'm gonna wait for before. Okay. I'm gonna go. I've been going around finding out information for us right this morning because I wanted to see if anybody's arrested. Well, people are just detained. Well, one of those detainees um, took a weapon to his head. Okay, I'm being careful. A pew pew. So that one's gone. Deleted. He deleted himself. And that bothers me. What does that tell you? And then the three detained from that house, allegedly three. Um, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Allegedly. Well, there no one's been arrested. Okay. And I got pictures of the people from the house. The guy. The guy. Now what sucks is Luke has a twin brother named Matthew. So there's a set of twins, but I'm going to show you what Luke looks like. Hold on a minute. Let me bring up his face. There's Luke. There's Luke. So there's Luke, his mama Mary. I think it's Mary. Shoot. I better get it right. Everything is a legend, okay? Everything is, you know. So the other son is, it's a twin, I guess. There's a twin. Thank you, Melissa, from the bushes. Here's another picture. Okay. All right. We are going to go to this. Hold on, let me see if it's pulled up. Yeah, it's still there. Hey, this is public record, and these are public pictures. So there's that. Aw. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are making me feel special today. Thank you very much. Okay. Since we're talking about Luke, let me take this down. All right. I'm just going to show you. He done some time in prison. He's 5'8", 120 pounds. Okay. He was released from prison 5/18/2020. He was in prison for solicitation of dangerous drug violation, drug paraphernalia violation, endangerment. I don't know what that is. It's all Pima County, criminal damage, flight from law vehicle. So that is his prison record. And that would be Luke, the one I just showed you. Okay? Okay. Just wanted to show you that. How is everybody, by the way? Let me get back into these comments. How is everybody? Who's here? Okay. I love you guys. Hi, Carolyn Cooper. Every time I see Cooper, I think of my grandson. All right. We're going to go to now. Okay, where is it? No. I had it pulled up. Where'd it go? Oh, never mind. Sorry, I got a little excited. Let's see. We're going to go. I know we don't care for him too much. I don't. We are going to go to Channel 12 News out there did an interview. Check this out. This was sometime yesterday. Let's listen. Let's listen to what the sheriff says. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Let me speed it up a little bit. Oh, they changed it. That's weird. Okay.
And a Fox News alert, we are monitoring a possible major breakthrough in the Nancy Guthrie case.
What the
A
fuck is
massive
going
search
on
is underway
here?
in Tucson with swarms of police spotted
Oops.
at the home.
Oops.
And a Fox News alert, we are
Oops.
monitoring a possible major
Well,
breakthrough
that
in the
pisses
Nancy
me off
Guthrie case.
when that
A massive
happens.
search is underway in Tucson with swarms of
Jesus.
police.
Here we go.
Sheriff, I just want to first, I mean, we can start with that if you want. I wasn't going to, but we can. What do you want to say to, how do you respond to this report that says that you are not working with the FBI and holding back evidence?
I've said from the beginning, and actually even at our last press conference, the FBI and the Pekin County Sheriff's Department are connected at the hip. That has not changed. Decisions are made sometimes with a good discussion about why things need to go one way or the other. In this instance, it really was about, and it's not just this. We're going to use a judge for a search warrant. Do we do a federal judge or do we do a state judge? We have a discussion. What's the best way to do that? And the decisions are made. They're really not my decisions. They are our team's decisions. They get together and they talk about what they think is best. In this case of blocking evidence from the FBI, that's just so far from the truth. What happens is we processed our crime scene, took all of our evidence. That morning, it wasn't days later that we contacted that morning, we contacted the FBI. We said,
Okay. I'm sorry. You got all your evidence. No, you didn't. You didn't collect all the evidence. Want to know why? Because you didn't get that Nest camera. FBI did. Whatever. And he didn't tell the FBI about the glove, allegedly. No, maybe that ain't it. We're going to have to listen to what Brian says.
hey, we've got some digital analysis that you guys can really help with. They said, Sheriff, whatever you want. We gave that to them. The rest of the evidence we sent to our lab. This is a lab we've been using for 30, 40 years now. They may be in Florida. I don't know. Maybe they were in Phoenix at the time we got them. I don't know that. But this lab is, again, so many corporate companies have come to us and said, Sheriff, tell us what you need, pro bono. They're not charging us anything. So the $200,000, not a clue. But what I would tell you is this. The FBI and us sit down at tables and we discuss things. Hey, I've got this mission up in Rio Rico. We've got a search warrant. Who should we do? State, we've got a SWAT team. You want our SWAT team, their SWAT team. There's no egos there. We sit and discuss what's the best option. The DNA, if you had, God forbid, something happen in your home, we're going to go and process it. We're going to take markers and get profiles on what we believe could have DNA. But we're also going to take buccal swabs of you and your family and your friends that have been there to eliminate, right? So in this case, all of that evidence, day one, went to our lab. We now come back 10 days further, there's gloves found. So the FBI says, okay, so should we send them to the FBI lab? I said, no, let's send it all to our lab, because why would you want to have evidence over here and all the markers
Yeah,
for
but
elimination
what you failed to do
over here?
there,
It's just adding a
Sheriff,
step to it.
what you failed to do is tie up that crime scene until the investigation was over and everybody trampled on the property.
Just keep it all in one place. Our lab does good work. Their lab does good work. They both are capable. That's just to eliminate that.
Petty searches.
This lab has, oh, we've got a marker. Can you send us your eliminations? Or vice versa? Can you send us yours and we'll eliminate for you? It doesn't make sense. It's just we talked to the FBI. They said, yep, makes sense. Thanks, Sheriff. And we move on to the next problem.
So you're basically saying this is maybe one person that had a problem with it, but you feel like,
You know, we got 400 officers out there working together. They're not always going to see eye to eye. Some of them are going to think, and they may be right, but somewhere at a certain level, those discussions are had, and we weigh it out and we go, we keep going.
yeah, are you not share? Are you sharing the results
Everything
with FBI?
Absolutely, and they are with us.
Okay.
The videos that came from their submittal to a company, they came back, they share it with us. People thought, oh, you had those videos forever. I think we had them for about 2 hours, and we submitted them to the media and said,
Wow.
we need your help, because that has really given us quite a lot of leads and an advantage on this. And we're hoping we've got some good leads today that we're working on that we hope pan out.
Who is currently leading this investigation?
We are. It is an effort. It is a team effort.
We who?
We, the sheriff and the FBI.
Okay.
We work step in step. John Edwards called me last night. He calls me every night. I call them. I was at their command post the other day when we were in Rio Rico. They've been at our command post. It is really, there's so many leads. They generated 14,000 in the first 10 days. We generated 18,000. We need each other. And that's really, so there's no ego here as to who's leading it. Right now, it is a state case. We're handling it, But we can't do this by ourselves. We know that.
So
we
lead-
need their help.
Lead agency is Sheriff's Department with assistance from FBI, or
Yes, that's how this started.
Lead-
We asked the FBI 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock that morning when we got done processing the scene. We turned to the FBI and said, hey, we're working this case. This is what we need from you. They said, anything at all, Sheriff, whatever you need. And now it's grown that, well, yeah, like I say, you got 400 cops out there working this.
Did you reach out to the FBI?
Did I know? No, my team works with them all the time.
Okay, so the Sheriff's Department reached out. I think that was part
Yes,
of the
I'm
report
sorry.
that it
Yes.
said that like you guys didn't
Yes.
reach out and they reached out or something.
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe our team, after I got
Okay.
briefed, they said, yeah, FBI is going to help us with this. Well, great. And we'll do this and we'll work. And once it got going, the FBI, Department of Public Safety in Phoenix, Tucson Police, our regional team, everybody said, Sheriff, what do you need?
Okay, I'm going to ask you about those gloves. You said how many gloves were found?
I can't give you the numbers, but we found the first pair, I think, was a search team that went out, FBI, deputies, everybody, about 2 miles away. There's been some reporting that there was a glove in that is, no.
There's no glove in the house.
Never was found a glove in that house.
Okay, was there a glove found closer to the property?
2 miles away is the closest we have.
And that's one.
Do you guys believe him? What is going on here? All these conflicting stories. Why? So now there's not a glove that was in the house that was sent out? What? This is a joke. This sheriff is a joke. There is a grandma missing, 84-year-old, and all he's cared about is it's his case. He's in control. That's all I get. Do you hear anything about Nancy? Do you hear anything about Nancy within this interview? Please hit the like button. Thank you. Or dislike.
Pair of gloves.
One pair of gloves, I believe.
Is there another pair of gloves?
There's a lot of gloves.
How many gloves?
We go out 5-10 miles, and as you expand that search, and let me say this, that's a lead we got, and we went in with that lead. I don't want to tell somebody, well, don't call us if it's 2.5 miles. We have to go and gather it all, and now it's really growing. But that's part of investigations like this. So you go and you get them, and then you prioritize. Well, this one's about 10 miles away.
Yeah.
Maybe we can hold off on that. Let's do the one that's 1 or 2 miles away. That kind of thinking. But that's all that is it's about all the leads come in. We develop evidence. Leads aren't just phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
Leads aren't just interviews. Leads can be from evidence, from things found, from searches, from search warrants served. All of those things develop.
Do you believe that any of those gloves could be the gloves we saw the person in the surveillance video wearing?
You know, that work is being done. I cannot, we would never eliminate it unless there was something that our labs would tell us, yeah, this is what you're doing.
Okay.
Are you looking or interested in potentially a white truck?
You know, I've heard that so again, I can't get into all those weeds. I know that we have gotten a lot of leads, information coming in about vehicles in the area that were concerning. We track every lead down. And so maybe I don't know who's got that, but somebody is working probably a lead that came in on, hey, this white truck was in the area. So, that's not the only vehicle that we've been told about in the area that looks suspicious. All of those things are being assessed.
Are you close to finding this person?
We think we're getting there. We think we're getting closer.
Like what, a day, 2,
Oh
3?
my
What?
goodness.
What?
13
I
now.
know, but you know what? Some of these cases go for months. Some of these cases can go for years. We're prepared that whatever that time is, we're going to continue fighting it. We're going to
Wow, I can't
We
believe you
will
just
find
said
it.
that.
That we know.
So are you at that point where you think it could go on that long?
I don't rule out anything. It's like I say, these things come in
Wow.
highs and lows. We get a lead, we get really excited, we're way up here, and then something says, okay, that's not the right lead, and we go back down. Now we get another lead, and it's what keeps us motivated. You got all these cops out there that want to find her.
Oh my God,
And
my
they get excited.
notifications.
I wish you could have been with me in that comm room or that with the FBI and watching all those agents and detectives get all energized and charged up when they thought they had this could be it. And you see their faces and then when they realize maybe not, look, they're tough guys, tough gals. They're going to get there.
What was it that allowed that court order? What was it that you potentially had on that person in Rio Rico that allowed the court order search?
There were several things there, and I can't get into that.
Have you totally written that person off?
That's the thing is everybody wants to know is somebody, if we eliminate anybody. You don't eliminate people. What you do is you go and
we talk about
investigate that lead
Nancy?
up until a point in time where you realize that, okay, maybe there's an alibi. Maybe in this case, we believe he was a delivery man. He was in the area for a reason. Okay, but that doesn't mean we're ending. That doesn't mean he's completely eliminated. What if, and the search warrant, we're processing that evidence. What if that evidence comes back and says Nancy's DNA was found in his home? Well, that would make you say, wait a minute, we got to go back, right? And that is not the case. Please don't.
I won't.
You see
But
what
it
I'm
does
saying?
sound. The man had Carlos. Is that correct? The man who spoke out.
I believe that's
Yeah.
right.
He had said that. No, it's he had said. This gentleman had said that he was a delivery driver and that perhaps he had driven in the area. So it sounds like that's maybe what it was. That he was delivering in the area.
That's part of it. There's a lot of things there that we looked at.
Okay.
So it's not just, oh, here's a delivery, here's somebody driving in the area. There's a lot more to that. And that built up for us enough probable cause in our eyes and the judges to say, I think we need a search warrant.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Thank you.
And let me say something on your name, Carlos or whatever.
Yeah.
We do not name anybody that's
Right.
investigatively.
I won't say that you're naming him, but you're corroborating that he's not just crazy going on the limb saying he's the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So what other evidence? You said several pieces of evidence, gloves. What else has been found?
Oh, I'm not, again, I can't go in there. All I'm saying is we're getting some great leads based on
Stupid
a lot of
questions.
calls, a lot of people tipping, but also on that video we have, the picture you have.
Do you expect there'll be more surveillance video to come out?
I hope so. That's why you see a push. We're making another push today with Ring and all those people with their home cameras, because we're actually extending that. I think we asked at first probably for that time frame we knew that existed, and then we took it out further. We're asking for
Right. Why January 11th? What were investigators asking about that day?
you know, they have a reason. I don't know that, but I know that they have a valid
I thought you
reason.
guys were working together.
Do you expect more surveillance video to come out from Nancy's home?
Well, I hope so. We'll see. We've submitted it all,
You're working with the tech companies still.
and yeah, we've asked them, and they're working as best they can.
Is there anything else you can tell us about this suspect? Because some of the things that's, we have the height and the, average sort of build, but those are pretty generic. Do we know hair color or race or anything like that?
You have the same video I have.
Wow.
So that's all we have.
Do you believe that maybe this person purchased the backpack recently?
No, I don't know that. I have no way of knowing that.
Okay. And I assume you guys have been in touch with Walmart to figure out?
There's all kinds of investigative efforts into all of that.
Okay. I'm going to just open it up, Andy, if you have a question.
We're talking about leads. You were talking about 6 and 8. How many total, and is the number of quality leads increasing?
So we.
I'll ask you that. How many leads have you gotten since the video was released?
So
Oh,
I'm gonna
Jesus.
go back. I think 2 days ago we were up to 18,000 here, and the FBI was up to about, I think they said 14,000.
Since the video has been released, have you seen an increase in substantial
We saw
leads?
when that video was released, within a matter of hours, we went up about 4,500 more leads.
Do you believe someone out here in the Tucson area knows who that person is?
I do believe that. I do. We have told the community, somebody out there is, I think Savannah said, somebody out there knows this person. Somebody out there has information on this. We need that.
Do you believe that there were more than one people? Do you think there was multiple people there that night?
We have what we have in front of us.
Okay. Okay. Yep, go for it.
How did you rule out how did you rule out the man in the video who was trying to unlock a door?
Oh, okay. How did? Oh, that's what.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know that. I just know that it was. They've looked at it, and for whatever reason, they felt like, okay, this isn't the same. But I don't know that.
Okay, can that not count? Because I feel like it seems like it was at the same time. I think we know. I guess it's just, what is your message to the community that is saying 13 days on now and there's no suspect, no person of interest, no vehicle of interest?
We have over 400 cops out there working 24/7, every day, every night. Please call with every bit of information you can. Help us help Nancy. It really is just that. We can't do this alone. And so if you get a Ring request from Ring or somebody, please look at those things and send that to us. If you get a request from somebody knocking on your door, please help us with this. Somebody does know this person. We need to identify that now.
Cool. Thank you.
Wow. Don't even start. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. Listen to these notifications. All right. No, but I do know that someone put a pew to their head. Yeah. What do you think about that interview? Ain't he a joke? Did you hear any of them? As a matter of fact, any of them say anything about Nancy? Did they say anything about Nancy? Wow. Okay, Daily Mail. Let's look at Daily Mail. I'm usually not a fan, but all right. This was at. Oh, that's right. They're ahead of time. Nancy Guthrie's raid on house and car results in no arrest, despite previous claims that 4 people had been taken into custody and one had pew-pewed themselves in the head. Investigators did not make any arrests during the 2 dramatic raids in Tucson Friday night. A law enforcement source told CNN that no one was taken into custody during a SWAT raid on a home, an FBI traffic stop on a gray Range Rover Sport. One man was questioned and was released. CNN and investigators decided he was not Nancy's abductor. Fox News had earlier reported that 3 people were detained at the house, with one detained during a traffic stop. It is unclear if the people apprehended were briefly detained by investigators before they were released. The Daily Mail contacted the Pima County Sheriff's Office and the FBI for more info. The NBC affiliate KVOA shared an unconfirmed report of a neighbor seeing one person take a pew-pew to their head during the SWAT raid in Tucson home. But there were no further information of the alleged incident. That's why we need them to do a briefing, a presser. The Friday night raids were the most dramatic so far for the hunt for Nancy, the 84-year-old mother to today's anchor, Savannah, who was last seen on January 1st. January 1st? That ain't right. That ain't right. January 31st. So, they're covering that up. We know why they're covering that up, okay? And they did tow this Range Rover away. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat. I will in a minute. And there's the grandma right there. Okay, huge team of armed SWAT officers were filmed descending on a Tucson home 2 miles from where Nancy lives. What have I been saying? They need to look closer to home. It's all over there. Just saying. FBI agents were filmed investigating the contents of the car's trunk, which has been obscured from photographs. Viewed with the sheet, the SUV was later towed away. No further details were shared. Why the house and the car were targeted. Pima County Sheriff issued a statement late Friday saying the raid on the house was linked to the disappearance of Nancy. They said they would issue more info in the early hours of Saturday morning. Good. We need it. Ben said they had been asked not to do so by the FBI. What is going on here? What is going on? Sorry. Okay, they talk about Carlos. Okay. Okay. It was later released. Oh, they're talking about him. We don't care about him. I mean, you know what I mean, right? So that's what Daily Mail put out there. Jonathan is there right now. Let me look at chat. I'm back in StreamYard. All right. Oh God, I'm telling you, I'm so glad I am rested and ready to go today. Good morning to the ones recently come in. Please hit that like. This is I mentioned it in a live last night. They were being too hush-hush. Have they shown any footage of Nancy after dinner? No. Haven't seen any. Yeah. Oh, God. All that sheriff cares about is his whatchamacallit. My God. Okay. we are going to listen to the man that lived in the neighborhood. Where's his, and what he has to say. Okay, but I did interview a guy that lives in the neighborhood that got swatted, or next door, or whatever. Hold on. Let's see what he's got to say. Good old News Nation.
With a neighbor, Peter Molk, lives across the street. Let's hear what he had to say.
Unbelievably absurd. It's making everybody nervous. It's just surreal, and we just can't imagine how the family is processing all this. You know, as a neighbor, as a person that lives in the community, you know, we just wanted to resolve, you know, for the positive.
And so, what do you make it? How's it feel? There's 20 cop cars, a couple SWAT.
Yeah, I live right across the street.
Right across the street.
Yeah, it's weird.
Tell us your thoughts when you saw that going on. Maybe just about trying to process it all. Tell us how you feel about that.
We feel that they might have gotten a tip. There's been a lot of tips, I'm sure, over the past 2 weeks, but this seems to be a tip that's could be close. Hopefully, it's something that's credible and it's actual. So hopefully they get somebody. But living right so close to it, I can't imagine that if they get somebody that lives right next to me on my street, that that even makes sense. To be in this neighborhood, to have all these cops here. There's bomb squad vehicles, a lot of cops, a lot of presence.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download.
Okay, we will listen to, I got some other things pulled up. Okay, he did an interview with, is it Forbes magazine here? The sheriff? Let's see, what else? We're going to watch some Fox News here. And we're going to watch an interview Brian did. Do I have that pulled up? Yeah, I have that pulled up. Okay, let's go look here a minute and see what's going on. Jonathan's live right now. There, we're not going to stay on it all day. Believe me. We were watching paint dry last night. Here we go. Oh, what neighborhood is he in? Wow, what's going on? Here we go. Once again. Why is he saying
to them
SWAT
tearing
raid?
a house apart, sealing it down, evidence, mugshots.
Sorry, guys.
All that.
What's going on?
That's what I expected. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. I'm like, holy smokes.
No, you don't. Hey, chat, should we head out there?
No one has been arrested. People have been detained. The sheriff has confirmed to the local media that there has been no arrests.
He's in front of the house they raided last night? Yes.
So now what? What do we
God.
do now?
No, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but we know how he can harass people. Just saying.
So what was this like stuff? Like someone did some off themselves? Like I was up here, I didn't really see like.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Like I've been looking. Is just that not?
Since we were talking about the person that deleted himself, isn't that alarming to you people? Isn't that alarming? What is that person? Why would that person do that unless they know something? I don't know. I'm not an investigator. I'm not part of the SWAT team. But yeah. At least it's nice and sunny.
We got over 30,000 people watching. What's your take of this?
I'll be right back.
I went on a wild goose chase, but that should be scary for anyone in Pima County when it comes to, because it was like, it looked like the sheriff's operation. And then all the feds started arriving. But it's like, oh, another thing is too, like, let me see if I got that. Oh, I got it on my other phone. There was all tire tracks in their driveway here and everything like that, like mud and everything like that. It's nuts. But now anyone, just because they look like the person or they get a tip, they come and tear your door down and just detain you. Is that what happens here now in this county? That's the anyone that they feel like could have done this, they just scoop them up, and all the media is watching, so the media is going to pounce on it and they're going to set up roadblocks, and this is crazy. Chopper circling. Another botched operation. Dude, I thought we were going to get answers today. And many people in the chat last night was like, there's no way this would happen again like it happened down there in Rio Rico. It did. They had enough to get a warrant. They had enough to get a warrant the other time on Carlos, too. These judges just probably sign warrants off on very slim, limited, probable cause. Carlos, they did the same thing to Carlos. They busted his door down.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Tore his whole car apart.
Okay. They towed a Range Rover, a silver one. I hope they are not listening to psychics. I'm not trying to be mean. I hope they're not. What's her name? Reverend Donna or whatever. She was losing her mind yesterday. Yeah, I peeped it. Uh-oh, who's that? Who's that?
Cameras and everything. They had one of those things out. It's insanity. It's crazy.
Oh, that's media.
Morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh.
He said he needs to find the house.
Sorry, guys. I know I'm making a lot of noise. Okay. They're at the guy's house that got raided. Why? Oh, to ask him questions, maybe? Don't know. Don't know what's going on. Or how many gloves. Sheriff is saying no glove was found in the house. I don't know.
Fox News just arrived.
Uh-oh, Fox News.
I'm going to sit here and see how many people come. This journal is starting to come here. They're all waking up in the morning, just like I did. Got a fresh cup of coffee and came out to check the crime scene. We wanted to see the crime scene. Here's the chopper circling around the house.
Ooh, shoot. Is it the news or cops?
Dude, this is a nothing burger. Or is it? Because people are saying in the chat, they're still detained.
No, they're not. Okay, I'll tell you why
they're still in custody.
No, they're not.
All right.
Want to know why? Because I went to Pima County inmate search, and they're not there. As a matter of fact, there's people that know them in this group I'm in. Let's go there. That's where I got a lot of information today. Hold on. According to someone that is anonymous in there, that brought the information of the people who lived in that home, she was in chat making comments. I think they got rid of her. So this is the Nancy group I'm in. Right here. So if you guys want to come here, I'm going to share. Share, share, share. So let's see the updates with them. GLR is not live. Yeah, he is. Let's see. All 4 individuals were released. FBI needs to take over the case. All right. Okay, there really ain't much right now. All right. Okay. So if you guys want to know what's going on out there from people that live out there, hold on a minute. Holy crap. All right, let's go. Let's go to let's go here. We're going to go to X. They had Dolly here. Dolly watched the man take the pew pew to his head and delete himself. You guys. All right. See that guy? Let's see. See if I can find what Dolly said here. We did watch it last night. I'm not going to go through that video. It's way too long. Here, let's look here. I just have you guys looking with me. Look at, people are upset. Lindbergh baby, 50K offered by the family. Patty Hearst, $2 million offered by the family. Elizabeth Smart, 250,000K offered by family. Nancy's family has offered $0 for her safe return. I find that interesting. And people are sick and tired of hearing about this. And then I can't believe what some people are saying. Let's see. Let's see what the Pima County Sheriff is saying right now. Let's look. What are they saying? Last thing they said, law enforcement activity is underway at a residence near Orange Grove Road and North First Ave relating to the Guthrie case. Because this is a joint investigation at the request of the FBI, no additional information is currently available. Okay, let's go to the FBI in Phoenix. How about that? See what they got to say. Probably nothing. This is what they said. Let's see. Did they say anything about that? Okay. Last thing they said, the FBI U.S. Attorney Office will continue to hold any individual accountable who seek to interfere with a federal investigation or attempt to profit off a grieving family. Okay, they talk about Derek, 42, from California, is alleged to have sent ransom demands via 2 text messages on a missing person on February 4th, and he made a 9-second phone call. That's it, people. That's it for now. I thought I would share this stuff. I'm coming with information today, people. He has been. Oh, yeah, they felt bad for him last night. Well, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I couldn't even imagine. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of felt bad for him. But you take that risk if you're in true crime and you're going to be following The SWAT team. Come on now. Yeah, it's just kind of strange. And Savannah was just out there 3 months ago. Not to visit her mom, but that was part of it, but to visit where she grew up. I don't know. Could have been more to it. All right. Let's get back to Jonathan for a minute. If you guys want me to play something, I will. I do want to say I want to cover, if you guys know Viking Mindset is in jail, I need to cover some things on that because some things are off. There is some untruths going on within his case, and I'm going to show paperwork, real paperwork. What's this? Uh-oh.
All right, so we're going to head out of here in a few. Just want to remind everyone, this case is not over. Perp is still out there. Or perps.
I think they need to do a press conference because you got people like Jonathan that, thank God we're getting this footage, right? But you're going to have conspiracies. You're going to have people being accused, just like
I don't know if they're going to come home.
Annie
I don't know if they'll
Tamoa. How do you say his name?
You know?
Tumoas? Lucas?
They're all leaving. I'm going to go to Nancy's home.
Melissa in the bushes.
Unbelievable.
Why is he
Happy
upset?
Valentine's Day, everyone.
Let's see what's going on with him. He's upset. What's wrong, Jonathan?
Just want to remind everyone, this case is not over.
We know that.
Oh.
There we go.
Literally all this and just ends up being nothing of nothing. All right, so.
All right. I didn't know how media could really be, but this is crazy, you guys. I've never known Tomaso, I don't know. I'm in the playpen. I want to thank everybody for being here with me. I appreciate every one of you. Patty Sturgis. I'm gonna have a paperwork party today.
Chopper's still circulating up top.
Probably later on tonight. Because
this is unbelievable.
There's different stories. And I got real documents, okay? Like from the police department, not just reading off a screen. Just saying. All these raids, common factor. These people should know. Maybe that's it.
Neighborhood just got walkers and everything out there now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I got it yesterday. I'm like, oh, snap. But I was already doing this, so yesterday. Always. Oh, no, I got to do a live.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Boy, Flames is not going to like.
Thank you.
Remember he said this is his case.
NLC.
Okay, if you want to get that way. I'm doing the current case, not the old
case. Back to Nancy's. We're going back to ground zero.
He's so stupid.
Start over.
Oh. Patty Sturgis.
More
he got my food yesterday. I'm just letting you know.
Detained No arrests.
Okay, he's just driving. We're not going to watch that. Sorry. We'll come back. We'll come back. We are going to go to Brian Enton did it. We like Brian. Hold on. I'm going to see. Here, we're going to watch. Remember Gabby Petito's case? Her dad? He did an interview with Fox News. Let's watch it about this.
Let's bring in Joe Petito. He is the father of Gabby Petito. As you guys know, Gabby was missing for nearly a month before her case was solved. Joe, thanks so much for joining the program. We continue to hold your family in our thoughts and prayers. We all remember what happened to Gabby. You're in this unique club of victim families. And what is going on with Nancy family? Take us into the room when your daughter was missing and what you were weighing as a family.
To be honest, I don't remember a lot of it. It was because everything was moving so fast. I just hope that they're taking their time and listening to each other and really trying to do what's best, in their situation based on their own feeling and the information they have. Because a lot of outside influence will try to give an opinion or something along those lines. And they're the only ones that have all the information or as much as possible. So I just hope they're listening to what they feel is best.
Joe, can you speak a little bit more about that? How did you keep the faith? Because the search was long and this family is going through the same thing. And you're right, there's a lot of outside voices. Law enforcement can't share with you everything that they're looking at. And you got to let the process play out. But that's hard when your baby girl is missing.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's humbling to see so many people, try and help your family, which is what Savannah's getting right now with her mom, but it's also frustrating because a lot of times the information that's out there, if someone does a bad report and doesn't give accurate information, a lot of the times others will just copy and paste it. And next thing you know, something's out there that is just not true at all. So it can be frustrating times. It can be humbling at the same time, but also scary. It's sad. You know what I mean? Savannah's, from my understanding, mom needs, some medical, medicine and some care that she might not be getting. And that's got to be weighing on them just the same. And that's an absolute shame. My prayers to them. And I hope this ends, with Nancy coming home safe and sound and whoever did this, behind bars.
Joe, we appreciate you joining the program this morning. Please give your entire family our prayers and regards. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he was, Joe is amazing. Gabby's whole family is amazing. I've never seen a group of people like step parents. They all come together and they were amazing. Here is Savannah when she come to her hometown 3 months ago.
Oh, this can be great. We are back. 8/12, back with the start of a very special and very personal new series. It's called Homecoming Today.
And Savannah, we're going to start with you. You took us back to your old stomping grounds.
Oh, yes, here we go. I'm really excited about this. And people ask me, where are you from?
I'm sorry it was posted, but you guys also, do you guys know that? Well, it's been 4 weeks ago now. She just returned to the Today Show. She had throat surgery. I don't know if you guys know that. She wasn't working because she had some throat surgery.
I'm always proud when I say Tucson, Arizona. I grew up there, went to college there. My mom still lives there. And honestly, a part of me has really never left. So thanks to our sponsor, Visit Tucson, I got a chance to go home to show you everything from the giants of the desert to the people who raised me and really why Tucson is unlike anywhere else in the world.
There is no place like home, especially when home is as stunning a place
Okay,
as Tucson, Arizona.
I gotta say this, people. You really gotta be careful. If this has to do with Savannah, like a stalker, sharing way too much of your life. Dangerous.
Where the sunsets paint the sky every single night, and every cactus is an old friend. Prickly pear, saguaro. This is the jumping cholla, because if you walk past it and brush it, it jumps out at you. Or, in some cases, frenemy. Ow. Still sharp, but Tucson is more than its breathtaking landscape. It's a vibrant community and canvas. Hi, Joe. I'm Savannah Guthrie. Nice to meet you. This is beautiful. Thanks. Joe Pad.
I can't be having this music. They're gonna copyright me. They already have.
has transformed Tucson one wall at a time, turning bland buildings into
That's enough for the
trip to
music.
Tucson is complete without visiting the air warm-up for cloud.
I can't believe it. I'm back. This is my alma mater, the University of Arizona. It's just as beautiful and
Okay, they're going to continue with the music, and I just can't. So she went to her college. Who's this?
I'm a hugger. This is home.
That's fantastic.
Where-
We're so happy you're back.
Where are all the students?
You remember them all.
Yes.
Okay,
Welcome home.
so she's at her school. There she goes with. Look at that shit. Let's see. Now she's going to go see her mama. Let's watch.
Family. El Charro is the oldest family-owned Mexican restaurant in America.
Yummy.
The perfect place to catch up with mine, my mom Nancy and sister Annie.
I come here every time I come home to Tucson. I have to come to El Charro. How long has El Charro been here? 103 years.
Carlota Flores has run El Charro for over 50 years, taking over from her great-aunt Monica, the woman who's said to have invented the chimichanga. She treated us to a tradition from back in Prohibition when women playing cards would hide their tequila in teacups.
Cheers. Cheers. I love you. Don't drink the whole thing. Mom, you guys came here in the 70s and you'd been moving all around. What made you want to stay in Tucson and plant roots?
It's so wonderful. Just the air, the quality of life is
Wow.
laid back and gentle. Yeah, I like to.
Oh my God, she sounds like my grandma. Her voice, that crackly. Oh my God.
Watch the javelina eat my plants.
But the best thing about Tucson is coming home and
Yes.
seeing you guys. Should we raise a glass? Prickly pear margarita? Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you.
Love you.
From the love of family to the familiar beauty of the scenery, I will always be a daughter of the desert.
Daughter.
Daughter.
Oh my
Daughter.
God.
Well, guys, I brought
Okay, that's all we get of her mama. Oh my gosh. That's crazy, her voice. It was nice to hear it. Oh, you guys are talking about the playpen and partying? You go, girls. You go. You do what you got to do. Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna check on Jonathan. He's still driving. Oh my God! And the news station is, or the helicopter's still going. We're gonna watch this interview that Brian did. Brian's really good. He's one of the best reporters ever. All right.
Well, it was about an individual who was
Listen to
taking
this.
RICO dollars, which is the
Okay, let's listen. This guy used to work. Okay, we're gonna find out. There we go.
Local case originally, and they didn't want to let go of it, which is fine. It's up to them. It's really up to the community. But ultimately, when the FBI got involved, I think, progress has been made. Complicated.
It's interesting to hear President Trump say that outside the White House. And again, these are things that I've heard. There have been concerns about the sheriff's handling of the case. And even he admitted, like, maybe they made a mistake opening up the crime scene so quickly. Remember, it was just a couple of days later they opened it up. We were able to get the blood. I spoke to the former under sheriff Rick Castigar.
Okay.
Spoken to him before. He was
the undersheriff, so I believe what he says.
with the sheriff's office for 40 years. He worked with the sheriff for
40
a long
years.
time. He's not happy with the sheriff now and the way that the investigation has been handled.
Holy.
And I wanted to play for you what Rick told me. First of all, what is your reaction to this new reporting that the sheriff withheld critical evidence from the FBI?
I have a one-word answer. That's outrageous. And it's outrageous for a number of reasons. The FBI is the entity that certifies those for-profit organizations of which the Sheriff's Department here has a contract with to analyze trace evidence, DNA, hair, anything. And to, in my opinion, to not include the FBI in that analysis is absolutely outrageous. But it's rooted in this sheriff's disdain for the FBI. And it's rooted in, back when I was a member of the organization and working, a investigation that erupted. Chris was not, the sheriff was not the focus of the investigation, but he was promised by the FBI that they would keep the FBI him apprised of the progress of the investigation of some of his subordinates. They didn't. And simply put, that angered him considerably. I think I can understand that, but that particular grudge was with individual personalities.
Did you hear what the sheriff's problem is? Because they didn't get the credit for a case. That is why he don't like working with the FBI. Unbelievable. This is a missing 84-year-old.
That worked for the FBI at the time, not the partners we have today. And, you know, whatever evidence was gained over the course of several 2 weeks needed to be processed, all of it, in my opinion, by the FBI and with their talent and with their expertise and with their capabilities. The Sheriff's Department doesn't have it. Classic example, and maybe I spoke to this earlier. That video that we saw in Nancy's immediate front entrance. I know that the Sheriff's Department kind of dismissed any opportunity to resurrect that video. But once the FBI got involved, unbeknownst to local law enforcement, it was resurrectable. And it was, now we all have, although he's masked up, we have a clear image of somebody at Nancy's front door in the time and date in question. The Sheriff's Department didn't know it was possible, but the FBI did. And that speaks to the technology that the FBI and the expertise that the FBI has. And local authorities, I don't recall too many times, even in my 40 plus year history, where we had a big case that wasn't turned over to and asked for specific help of the FBI. They have the capability.
Just go back for a second, and not in too much detail, but what is, you mentioned that there was this investigation that the FBI did into some of the sheriff's subordinates. What was that about?
Well, it was about an individual who was taking RICO dollars, which is the racketeering funds that are seized by law enforcement, and he was putting it where he could access it to pay for projects for the department. It was not put in anybody's pockets. And I cannot underscore that enough. People are going to immediately assume somebody was stealing money for their own benefit. That's not the case. And as I mentioned, the sheriff was not suspect in that case at all, but some of his subordinates were. Technically, by the RICO laws, if you launder money by taking it from one source and putting it in another, it is a violation of that law.
But he was not happy with the FBI during that time.
No, he wasn't happy.
And you were on the inside then?
Of course.
You were the undersheriff?
I was one of his senior administrators.
Okay. And did he say that he didn't like the FBI? I mean, what would he say?
Yes, on many occasions. To several of us, we would meet daily and discuss the issues, and he was very upset. And that's because they just didn't keep him apprised of the progress. They kept it close to the chest. He was uncertain whether he was suspect, all of these things. Well, when you're the boss of 2,000 people and some of your subordinates are being investigated for a crime, and technically it is, he wanted to be made aware, and they didn't follow through with keeping him aware. I believe that is the foundation for his disdain of the FBI. But as I just said, those are different personalities back in 2016 when this happened.
Why do you think he is sending the evidence to Florida, to the private lab, instead of taking the FBI reportedly up on their offer to send it to Quantico?
Territoriality. This is his county, and his ego's in charge. And that's the way I see it. And the reason he has not offered them this evidence makes no sense. And I have heard a number of people who are local as well as national speak the same thing. It makes no sense. And I'm going to say that word again. It's outrageous behavior, perhaps just to make a point, perhaps just to say this is my area and I'm going to deal with it my way. And it's unfortunate because it compromises the investigation. It provides further delays in getting critical information that needs to be put out there.
He is now saying that none of this reporting is true, that he has worked with the FBI, that he called them on Monday, the Monday right after Nancy went missing. And he's saying that he's been working in collaboration with the FBI, and that they were aware that it made sense to send everything to Florida because some stuff had already been there and it all should just go there. And he's saying that this is all incorrect reporting.
I'd like to hear the FBI say that, because my sources, and again, I'm on the outside, and part of what I'm saying is conjecture, but it's experienced conjecture because I know the personalities and I know the history. And I haven't heard any official with the FBI say, that's okay, we knew about this. Let's delay the process longer and have a contract entity do the evidence instead of us doing it back in Quantico.
Have you seen the sheriff not tell the truth before?
I wouldn't say not tell the truth. I think he's a good-willed, honest man, but he has the need to do things his way. He can be very vindictive, and he holds a grudge. And I believe that might be the real impetus for his decision to send it to Florida, send the evidence to Florida.
Let me talk to you a little bit about just the investigation in general. Obviously they released those surveillance photos from the front door. Do you think they're making progress? What's your sense? Do you think we're getting any closer?
Yes, absolutely. And the screws are tightening on this guy's thumb. The perpetrator, the criminal, the guy who was there at the time at Nancy's front door, knows that video is out, knows he's got exposure. And I think he's taking steps to try and deal with this the best way possible. I only hope and pray that Nancy's still with us. And I only hope and pray this kind of pressure against this bad guy will cause him to take her somewhere, leave her, and then try to hide out somewhere else.
When I was out at Rio Rico, they detained that man Carlos to question him, and then he was let go just hours later.
Right.
Are you hearing anything about was that a mistake?
Well, I wouldn't call it a mistake. I think they had valuable information that was credible, and they pursued it. And what transpired was they were able to determine through investigative processes this individual, there was not enough information to arrest him. But I'm certain the investigators got enough detail where they can go back and interact with this person, talk to him, interview him, get more detail as perhaps more evidence becomes available, and pursue it further if they have to.
Have you heard anything about, because we heard that there may have been some issues between the FBI and the sheriff's office with that specific event?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. In terms of this, there's more ring video that's coming out. The sheriff's office says that they want any video within a 2-mile radius, going all the way back to January 1st. First of all, let me ask you, what do you think that means? That they're going well before Nancy was missing all the way back to January 1st?
Well, that tells me that they have some reason to believe that somebody or some vehicle was in the area prior to Nancy's abduction. And they want specific video so that they can look at that as evidence. That's clear to me. So we shall see how that turns out. I think as we're standing here speaking, there's another video that's coming out and may be released very shortly. And that's very, very telling. And I don't know if your viewers have seen it, but when I looked at it, I went, oh my gosh, that matches somewhat the description of who we're looking for. How it's related to this case, I don't know. But I think that will become clear very quickly, and the person is identifiable, and that will become clear who that person is.
Do you think, though, that whoever did this to Nancy was just prowling around, trying other places? Because, everyone, not everyone, but a lot of the experts I've talked to feel like this was a targeted event against Nancy, maybe because of Savannah Guthrie, maybe because of some other connection. Like, is it really going to be someone who's just been trying to get into other houses around town?
I don't think it's that. I think it is a targeted event. I think this person intended to do what he did the night that he did it. Some of the requests for other videos and dates prior suggest this guy might have been surveilling.
But the question is why? Was anything taken from the house besides Nancy? I mean, come on, we don't know these things, you guys. It's scary. It don't make any sense. This could happen to any of us. Ugh. Yes, Brian does. Good morning. We're at stage 13, Ben. No. I got to do this for fair use. Can they connect a pacemaker with something else? The only way a pacemaker can stop is if a doctor stops it. I think. Shuts it off. Yes, I'm sorry about your grandma. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, that's it. I'm coming for him. Right? Holding a grudge. This sheriff is gross. All right, let's continue. Where are we? There we go. Boy, that's a long interview. Holy crap.
That part of her neighborhood. But why would you enter if this was just a burglary, go inside, encounter her, obviously, and then not just leave her there? Why would he be afraid of being identified? He was so masked up, none of us could really, you could get a mustache out of it and get some eyebrows out of it, but not much. And it's highly unlikely that Nancy would have been able to identify this person. And why take her unless that was your original intent?
Last time I spoke to you earlier in the week, and this was before the new surveillance video, the images came out from her front door, you said that you believed, your gut told you that Nancy was still alive. How do you feel now?
My gut still says she's alive. But, as we go by more and more time and there's no evidence of life with Nancy, it becomes more and more concerning and heavy in this case. And time is of the essence in this regard. One possible scenario is, and it's horrific to think this way, but perhaps he took her and she succumbed because of age and lack of medicine. We don't know that. And now he's got a problem.
That the intent wasn't to kill her, but that she passed away.
I think this was still a kidnapping, and I think his motive was money. That's my opinion.
One thing I keep getting asked is, like, what do people in Tucson think? How are people feeling? What's the mood on the ground? I mean, you've lived here pretty much your whole adult life, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you know a lot of people. I mean, what is the mood? How would you describe it?
Actually, the mood is supportive of the Guthrie family. And as I've mentioned to you, this is a hometown gal who did well, Savannah. And so there's a huge outpouring of support for her. But just the same, a lot of folks are taking a step back and watching the antics and the interaction between the local law enforcement agency, who has had a proud tradition of being progressive and professional, fight with their federal partners. And it's nothing but territoriality and somebody holding a grudge, in my opinion. And the public sees it. And the public is, in my opinion, seeing what I hear from my associates still there. They're demanding that this be resolved. And the guy who can resolve it is the sheriff of Pima County, if he chooses to.
Why do you think we haven't seen the sheriff? Because he was doing so many interviews initially. And every day I'm waiting to see if there's going to be a press briefing. And
I honestly don't know. I could only guess. I would say something off the record.
Do you think it's because the FBI told him to just quiet down? Or would he even care if they said that?
I think he's gotten some heat for insisting on being in the limelight. um, here's an example. Why would an administrator of a large police department get involved in deciding where a bit of evidence was taken? Why? Because the sheriff of this county is a micromanager and insists on being involved in everything. And he wants to make the decision. Most of his staff have the ability, but not the autonomy, to decide where those gloves should be analyzed. And if I were still there, and if I were given the authority, which I'm sure he wouldn't allow that, I would have given it to the FBI immediately. But that's not what has happened. And there are perhaps political and personal reasons for it.
As always, I really appreciate Rick and everyone I met here for speaking with me. And, you know, there's obviously a lot of moving parts right now in terms of developments of the case. And I think the time will come where people will look back and try to figure out whether this investigation was, in fact, not handled properly. Something else I wanted to show you guys, because so many of you have asked me, like, what is it like around Nancy's house? I always get questions about the neighborhood and about the, you know, sort of just the lay of the land there. So I wanted to make a video to show you guys what it is, what it's actually like around Nancy's house, what the foliage is like, what the just sort of like what the whole setup is. Take a look at this. So I'm in Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood right now, and I wanted to give you guys a look at kind of the bigger picture of what it looks like in Nancy's neighborhood. First of all, look at this. This is the road that Nancy lives on, and we're still, you know, about a block away, and you can see just how much media there is out here. I mean, they basically line the entire street, all sorts of different networks, people from really all over the world. Some of the live shots I've heard reporters doing are like in different languages. It's raining today, by the way, which is unusual, obviously, here in the desert. I've been here almost 2 weeks and it hasn't rained one day, but it started raining today. Which is interesting for the investigation. I mean, if there were tire tracks or anything they were looking at, that could be an issue, although it's already been 2 weeks. So they've probably already, you know, hopefully looked for those kinds of things. This is Nancy's house right here. You can see that there is a Pima County Sheriff's deputy out front. Initially, they just had the house totally unsecured with no deputies around, but they have since kept the deputy here around the clock, just kind of keeping an eye on things, making sure that no one walks onto the property. Today, there was everybody was kind of excited about this. There was a pool cleaner that came, a pool service guy that came, and they actually let that person go back into the back of the house. This is our News Nation setup right here. That's Mo, our cameraman. Hey, Mo. He's waving. He's, I think, grumpy because of the rain. And it's been a long couple of weeks, as you can imagine. But I want to show you up here. Look, this is the area next to Nancy's house. And you can see like how dense the vegetation is. There's cactuses, there's bushes, there's rocks. And when you go back a little bit off the road, which I did the other day, and was kind of walking through the desert, you can see how hard it is to see the road because of all the vegetation. So even if like a house like this is Nancy's neighbor, even if a house like this had a camera, it would be very difficult to actually see what was happening out on the road.
Actually, also, did you guys see that house? Oop. Allegedly, this house is empty, right? A news agency rented it, and it's got cameras facing out. Ain't that crazy? What else did I want to say? Oh, shit, what was I going to say? I can't remember now. I have no idea. They don't talk. I swallowed an irritate. Oh, shit. She's close to home. All right, let's continue.
Camera, it would be very difficult to actually see what was happening out on the road. Not to mention, at night it's like pitch black around here. They have an ordinance here that we're not allowed to have lights on at night because of all the stargazers. So it's really, really dark here at night. You can see more media parked this way. I mean, we've kind of taken over the neighborhood, which most of the neighbors have been pretty nice. We kind of see the same ones every day out walking their dogs. So we've become friends with a lot of the neighbors. A few have been annoyed, which I understand. It's like they have a hard time getting through. But I think the media, for the most part, has been pretty respectful of just trying to stay off the road, making sure we take all our trash at the end of the day. I know that sounds weird, but you can imagine if it was your neighborhood. So up here, you can see the mountains in the distance. And again, just let you look to the side here. I mean, look how dense. People think this is like a normal neighborhood when you watch it on the news, but each house is on 1 to 4 acres. And there's a ton of vegetation and there's a lot of space in between the houses. And you can actually, like this guy, if he was trying to get to Nancy's house without walking along the road, you could easily do that, just kind of walking through the desert, walking through these yards, and no one would see you. And again, even if you walked in the road, especially at night, there's no cameras that I've seen that are really right out on the road here in the neighborhood. A lot of really beautiful houses here, by the way. It's confusing though. It's twisty and turny in here. There's only a couple of ways to get back to the main road, and there's all sorts of cul-de-sacs. And even being here almost 2 weeks, I literally have to use my GPS every single day when I leave because, first of all, it's so dark. And
Okay, that's enough. Listen, that's enough. How is everybody? People still with me? Let's see if there's any updates. Any updates? All right. All right. What's going on here? Whoa, what's happening? Where is he?
I don't know what happened at the Culvers. I didn't really analyze that to a T. So if you guys want to fill us in on the Culvers guy, the sheet, the detainment. But we went back there last night either, and there wasn't like a crazy crowd. It was all gone. When we went to Culvers, there was nothing left. There was no car, no nothing. But it was weird because the feds had like sheet up as if there's like a body. The feds probably have an idea who did this. And when the feds started coming in last night, swooping into this home, they're probably like, no, not the people. But we got to do our due diligence anyway. Nah, not them. Yeah, poor Nancy. Poor Nancy, right? The Pima County Sheriff's feeling kind of embarrassed today. Ding. Or you just think they don't care? I'm talking about the sheriff. All right, so last night this scene was crazy here. law enforcement blocked this road off right here. We're reporting live from here. There's a media circus out here. These homes are nice back here, by the way. Media. What the heck happened here? Like, what in the heck happened here last night? One journalist out here. Two journalists. Guy's house is on the right. Coming up here. Sanity. Maybe they're waiting for the people to come home once they get released. Oh, there's the AP guy. This guy. I like this guy. He's with the AP. He's the one that carries around the tripod.
All right, I found another channel. Hold on. Called, let's check them out. The Lounge.
Right here.
Uh-oh. 6280.
It's like a bad dream, man. Hello. Have the neighbors have anything to say? Nothing. Did you see any of them? Uh-huh. He wants to talk. Probably all like, this is crazy. Yeah.
I'm looking for something, guys.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You take care. Thank you. Unbelievable.
All right, I'm not going to watch that channel. Nope. All right.
All right, we're going to go to Annie's home and see what's up.
Yeah, ain't that crazy? Sorry, I'm yawning. Whew.
He's jamming his radio.
Look at this. Hey, you guys, I just found a thing here I forgot to show us. Oh my God. The sheriff is such a liar. Or he doesn't tell the truth. Hold on a minute. Remember that other interview he did? Okay, he did CNN. Check this out. This guy's been everywhere. This was yesterday.
Just broadly, like, who is in charge of this investigation right now?
Look, we are. We means we, the Pima County Sheriff's Department, along with our partners, the FBI. There's no, the egos have been put aside a long time ago. Our whole goal in this is not about the sheriff or being elected, or it is focused on finding Nancy. That's all this is. This other
Oh, he finally says her name.
distraction, white noise, whatever you want to call it, I don't even know where it comes from. But, and you're right, there's a reason I wasn't talking to you all, and I don't mean just all these teams. The reason we're not talking to me, I said that at our last press conference. We have a lot of work to do. But when somebody comes out, in my opinion, somewhat irresponsible, and makes stories up that are just wild, has no basis for it, that put a division between those teams that are working hard 24/7, got over 400 cops out here working every minute of the day. We said at the last briefing with you all, the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department are joined at the hips. We have done this for not years, decades. We look at that relationship as very vital, not just to each agency, but to our community. See, when this is all gone, when you guys are gone, we're still here. The Pima County Sheriff's Department will be here. The FBI will be here. Those relationships matter to us. So that's the only reason I came out was, guys, we're doing everything we can, humanly possible. I think it's over 30-some thousand leads now. We're grateful for that. That's what you guys did for us. And we're grateful, and we continue doing it. We continue asking for that, because when those leads dry up, where are we at, right? We want to find Nancy. This story of the FBI being blocked, the sheriff blocked, why would I do that? Why would people are offering me help for free? The FBI, local law enforcement here, the state, all over the place, corporate America, Google, my own lab, which starts this. We have a lab here that we've worked with for, I don't know, 30, 40 years. I don't know, when they started 30, 40 years ago, they may have had an office somewhere in Arizona. Now I guess they're in Florida. But that doesn't matter. That's a process. They go through a bid, they compete for it, they get it. This lab is a good lab. They've solved a lot of cases for us. But it never was about that, because the FBI, they have a good lab, solved a lot of cases for us. That wasn't the issue. The issue was simply this. And this is what happens every day here. We went out to the scene, day one. We're there till, I don't know, all day Sunday, Monday, into the middle of the hours. I was there till about maybe midnight, 1 o'clock. My team processed that scene.
I thought he wasn't there.
8 or 9 o'clock.
He said he was there. What is the truth here? He just said he was at the crime scene. But as reported, he didn't even go there. What's the real story here?
That morning, they came in, gave a quick briefing. Here's what we got. We have all this digital stuff. We're giving it to the FBI. The story that, well, the FBI wasn't plugged in right away. They were plugged in right away that morning. We knew what their capabilities were. Why? Because we've always worked with them. We have people assigned way before this case. We've had people assigned to work at their office, at their building. And that's been for years. And it's because we have a good working relationship. So I can't allow somebody to come in and say things that will divide us. That's just something I can't, I'm going to stop. We are going to work this case as a team with our partners. There is no egos. Nobody's the lead. It is find Nancy. And so in this case, I think it was, some evidence was, we processed our scene, right? And we submitted our evidence. Our evidence was basically the biological, the fingerprints, anything for DNA, that type of stuff. The other evidence, the hard evidence that we look at as data, digital evidence, maybe it's a cell phone, maybe it's a computer, We gave that to the FBI. We know their resources. We know their
happened from the
doubts.
beginning?
Right? That morning, that very morning. I mean, it's a Sunday night, Sunday morning, they're working it all the way through Monday morning. So that's good. They're good. Now we're just sitting back waiting. If you recall, I think it was Monday all day, I started getting calls from the media to talk to me. I figured I'd handle it like my local media. But I quickly realized that everybody was calling. There's my PIOs now have 400 email addresses in their systems from all this national attention. That's good. It's not a bad thing. But it makes it challenging for me to speak to you like I do my local media, where I can take time and talk to them. It's just too much. So I went from Monday morning, probably 8, 9 o'clock, all the way to 8, 9 o'clock that night and said, okay, this isn't going to work well. I need to find another way. So Tuesday we scheduled the first press conference. Had very little briefing. We didn't have anything other than we have a scene. We process the scene. We're distributing our evidence to different places, FBI, crime lab. And now we wait. So the questions came in. I'm a little guarded. There's no doubt. I'm not going to give up information that, one, I don't know yet. And two, I've got to learn more about our case from our team. But we hold the second one. 2 days later, Thursday, you all are briefed. We give you the timeline of that. And if you pay attention, because some of these reports are out there that I just don't understand, on day one, the first day, you all were briefed. Who was standing next to me? The SAC, the FBI agent.
Okay, I can't stand this guy. It's been 9 days since the last presser. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay. I don't even know what to say anymore. I really don't. Let's see what's going on with Jonathan. Still driving around. What's this?
Pure evil. Yo, if the police did hypothetically release something and said we're looking for an older model orange car, people would go nuts over this. Right? Pure evil. It's a nice car though. It's a nice car. SS. Pure evil, Arizona. Oh, he's racing. Oh, he's flooring it. All right. What's next? Who's going to get detained next? Everyone is a suspect, literally. Everyone who's sent around this case is a suspect. Anyone that's a delivery driver in Catalina foothills has a mustache. You better be on notice because they could probably come and get you at any time. All right, Circle K. You know the Circle K. We've been here every day. We go past Circle K. Circle K. I wonder how old the woman was that they scooped out of her home last night. And her son. make them come down to the police station, sheriff's office, and be grilled by 100,000 investigators. SWAT came to their house. SWAT too. How traumatizing. How traumatizing is SWAT comes to your house and tells you to come out with your hands up and cuffs you and takes you down, only for it not to be you. I would think that's a lawsuit. Any lawyers in the chat? Totally innocent people can have SWAT vehicles and people with guns drag them from their house and stop their cars because of incompetent sheriff. KWNY Upstate says. All right, we're at Annie and Tommaso's home. There's no feds here. It's just a security guy. Quiet out here. That's the other security guy that makes $100 an hour, he said. Something like that. That's what he said, something like that. Somebody asked, what's going on? What is going on? We're back to square one, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on. My goodness. All right, so let's see what's brewing this morning. I thought they would be talking about these suspects.
Hello, Joe.
Nothing.
Where's he at now? Because I stepped away for a minute.
All right. So News 4 Tucson that was talking about the man shooting himself in the head. They deleted the article.
That's
what happened
interesting.
to the man with the self-inflicted gunshot wound? They deleted the article. It's in this article right here. Gone. It's gone. Gone. Sorry, the page you're looking for cannot be found.
But what we do got is Dolly. That was right there.
KVOA.
And he's got a video, and he had to take it down. Let me go look. Hold on, people.
I'm going to keep it here for a minute. This is what Brian Enton just put out.
Hey guys, so I just got an update from the Pima County Sheriff, Chris Nanos. He says that last night was them just tracking down leads. There were no arrests and there are no signs of Nancy. So just tracking down leads, no arrests, no signs of Nancy. That's exactly what he just told me. So I can't believe it. I mean, last night was insane. Sorry if I look crazy, by the way. I really basically didn't sleep. But, you know, it was an insane night. SWAT team was out. They went in on a house. There was a traffic stop. There was a Range Rover that was towed. At one point, there were 3 people who were detained. My sources were telling me the investigation went on all night long. And apparently, as of right now, no arrests, no signs of Nancy. I will say this. If they are looking at DNA from anyone who they were talking to, that may take a little time. So we're going to have to wait and see on that front. But officially from the sheriff's office, just tracking down leads, no arrests, no signs of Nancy. And that's where we stand right now as of Saturday morning.
What a bunch of craziness, folks. And the house where it happened, no crime scene tape, no police there, nothing. Unbelievable.
Update on the case. So, man and a woman came out of the house, mother and son. Hey, Maureen Hancock, the medium next door. Hey, Maureen Hancock, the medium next door. Quick update on the case.
Nah, I don't want to play that. I'm trying to get some updates on the case.
Okay, you guys.
Matt Finn, Fox News. No arrest last night in the Guthrie case and no one in custody.
Okay.
Matt Finn.
Let me tell you, what is going on here? Okay. So I'm looking, right? And the sheriff's not confirming it or whatever. Okay, Channel 4 took their thing down. Hold on. There's another article. So they're pretty much saying right now that Dolly's a liar. That he did not witness that. Dolly would not make that up. He was traumatized. Wow. Unreal. I don't know what to believe no more, people. I don't know what you think. Oh, scary. Good morning. Yeah, nothing's going on here.
Like, what in the heck? Or they had something. Turn it into a cold case?
It has been a cold case. What are you talking about, dude?
What next?
Never. Never, ever.
Fulvers.
And that sheriff runs that county? Oh, my God.
I guess we'll drive back over to Nancy's.
Do you know how much power a sheriff has? It's sick.
He has breaking details on last. This is a Fox News alert. Matt Finn is on the ground in Tucson. He has breaking details on last night's police operation. Matt.
Hi, Kaylee. So Sheriff Nanos here in Pima County tells me that no one was arrested last night. No one is in custody at this hour in relation to all that law enforcement activity on the ground last night. You know, I would caution that that's the update at this hour. This is obviously a very evolving situation. Law enforcement has already warned that people that they are questioning could later be arrested. So we know that someone was questioned and released earlier this week, but the sheriff says, hey, that person is not entirely clear. So the latest update from the Pima County County Sheriff is no arrests, no one in custody at this hour. Also, a takeaway here is that we are, starting to see a pattern where law enforcement, if they're focusing on a target, they may bring out all of the bells and whistles, the entire SWAT team, multiple law enforcement vehicles, maybe simply just to question someone because they don't want to run the risk of any type of backfire. So moving forward, if we see a lot of a SWAT team or law enforcement activity, it may simply be just to bring someone in for questioning. Now, also there is that other scenario or incident that was happening last night with a Range Rover that was ultimately impounded. The Pima County Sheriff's Office told us it cannot confirm that was related at all to the Nancy Guthrie case. They weren't denying it was, but they are not confirming all that information you're seeing about the Range Rover was related to the Guthrie case. Again, that is the update at this hour. Perhaps the FBI will come out with something different. Kaylee.
Yeah, that fits the pattern of what we saw earlier in the week where there was questioning of an individual. We saw that SWAT team van move, but it ended up just being a questioning that resulted in very little as you interviewed the sheriff. He essentially said that suspect, not a suspect rather, but that individual who was questioned is clear for now. Is that correct?
Yes. Now, but again, the sheriff says no one has been ruled out, and he's actually told me, look, that guy who we questioned, maybe we'll arrest him later on. He was confident with his alibi, and he was released. But the sheriff is urging that anybody that they're questioning or briefly detaining could be later arrested. And I also would, highlight that we haven't heard from the FBI on this matter. Okay. The statement that the sheriff initially released earlier was saying, we're holding off based on what the FBI is asking of us. So maybe the FBI will come out in a bit and give us something different.
Matt, keep us updated. Thank you.
My goodness. Remember delivery driver Carlos Halazoulis. He was also handcuffed and detained in Rio Rico for hours before they let him go.
Why would you have to have the SWAT team to detain somebody? For real. What is wrong with the sheriff? You're just going to piss a lot of people off. That's what's going on. Yeah, call me tomorrow.
Guthrie is worth $40 million, and she didn't cover her 84-year-old mom, Nancy Guthrie's $200 a year Nest subscription. This person adds, I'd spend my last $40 making sure my mom was protected, wouldn't you? Maybe it was just mom's business, and Savannah's just like, you do you, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, something's off.
But that's one of the key things in this whole thing is, how do you not have subscription service? But, I mean, they were able to get the perks, even though they didn't have it in the cloud or subscription. I'm just going to position myself here. This is outside Annie Tommaso's home.
Oh, you're talking about me. I thought you were talking about the sheriff in them. Oh my God, that's too much. My favorite color. Well, I like all colors, but I want to say I love the color green. Not pine green. Ooh, icky. Not lime green. No, no, no. Right.
I'm
Okay,
going over
fine.
to Nancy's in a second. I'm just scouring things.
You
I
guys-
smell lawsuits. Yes. I smell a lawsuit.
Um, do you guys want to continue watching any of this or not? Or like pastel. See that green that's on my screen? I love that green.
At the moment. So speaking of the evidence in this case, let's go back and sort of review the evidence that we have at the moment that we know, kind of going in reverse. So yesterday, the Sheriff's Department reported that DNA was found in Nancy Guthrie's home, and they were able to identify that it does not belong to her or anyone close to her. Is the way they phrased it. The Sheriff's Department phrased it. That would seem to indicate it does not belong to her or anyone in her family. So that could be a very, very significant piece of information. Prior to that, we have the description of the suspect off of the Nest Cam. Description of the suspect, male, 5'9" to 5'10", average build. From that same video that we got, we also know that there is he's got a backpack, and they have identified the backpack as an Ozark Trail hiker pack. And as I think Morgan Wright was talking about, that could end up being a very crucial piece of information in terms of tracking the suspect down. And of course, none of us will forget the creepy images from that Nest Cam where you had the suspect going out into the front yard, grabbing foliage from the yard and trying to stuff it around the Nest Cam. Of course, because the guy disabled the camera, the last moments that were recorded on the camera were kept and not overwritten. So we were blessedly able to get those images. Of course, from day one, we knew that there was blood outside of the door that we've identified belonged to Nancy Guthrie. That blood is on the front doorstep where this guy's doing his creepy video here. And that blood exists on the outside, but not inside the house. Prior to that, in the middle of the night, the pacemaker gets disconnected from her phone, which is connected by Bluetooth, and so that suggests that maybe when her pacemaker left the Bluetooth range from her phone was when that got disconnected. Also, Morgan Wright made a very good point last night talking about the original ransom notes. There have been 3 ransom notes sent to TMZ. A lot of questions about that, and probably a lot of caution needs to be considered because, of course, we don't know whether or not there's been no proof of life. We don't necessarily know that the ransom notes have been sent by somebody who actually is involved or just trying to take advantage in a very gruesome way. Let's bring in Cheryl McCollum, forensic expert and crime scene investigator. Thank you for joining us this morning, Cheryl. So we've had a lot of developments overnight. What can you tell us, big picture, about those developments overnight?
I like what I'm seeing. The first thing that's very encouraging to me is you're seeing the sheriff.
Okay, what I'm going to do, and I'll put it in here. I am paying attention. I'm going to cook me something to eat. Okay, so I'll write this in chat. I'm cooking. All right, people, don't go away. I'm here. All right, here we go. I need to go get something to eat. I got to go cook.
You've got, deputies, you've got FBI. They're all there. They're clearly serving a warrant. They are looking for that backpack, that clothing, anything that they saw on that video. That's what they want to identify inside that house. And I am real encouraged. I think business is picking up. I think this is developing quickly.
And Cheryl, you talked about Sheriff Nanos. He talked a little bit about the DNA found in Nancy's home that he believes does not belong to Nancy. Listen here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe you found the DNA of the perpetrator inside the house? Do you believe that at this point?
What I believe is, what I know is, we found DNA. And
that was not Nancy Guthrie's DNA.
That was not Nancy Guthrie's DNA. So we'll still work with that, and we're working with our lab on that.
And Cheryl, that's certainly a significant development to actually find some DNA not belonging to Nancy inside the home, where we believe, based on the timeline law enforcement given us, was about 41 minutes from 1:47 a.m. and 2:28 a.m. Someone was in that house. Maybe this is a key. And you saw from Charlie's great wall walk there, laying out the pieces of evidence and clues that we have so far to include this DNA. My question to you, because you seem pretty upbeat that we're headed towards a major break. And we just had James Galliano detailing that to get these warrants, you needed a specific direction of what you were trying to get. If indeed that leads to DNA, forensic DNA evidence to add to what was found in the home, is that the big break we're waiting for?
It's going to be massive. In other words, if you can connect something found at Nancy Guthrie's home to this home they just went into, to a single individual, there's your money tree. Those are dots you have now connected conclusively. Nobody's going to deny DNA. We all understand that. So what they're doing, again, you see this precision. You see them walking very slowly through this thing to say, okay, we have a suspect at her front door. We also have Nancy's blood at that front door on the outside. So that means this perpetrator was moving her from the inside to the outside. We have a blood system of evidence that stops at a point. So we know at some point she didn't just quit bleeding because she's on blood thinner. So she's most likely put into a vehicle. If we have any of her DNA in the trunk of that Range Rover, if we have hair, if we have, again, that backpack, they did the right thing by holding up those tarps. And if you watch what they did when they closed the door and the trunk, they put evidence tape on those seals and they dated them and put their signature. That vehicle to them is a crime scene. They did the right thing by loading that up on that flatbed, getting it to another location to process it properly. I'm talking about one hair off somebody's head. So you don't want to try to do anything there at that scene. You want to take it to a location where you have something that you can take step by step by step, process it properly, bag and tag everything.
So you've got some very sharp observations about that search. Why are they holding up the tarp, trying to conceal it from view from the cameras?
Sure. Well, let's just say the obvious thing. They either have a container or they have a body. They have something that is their main focus. But y'all, we have children and grandchildren watching this from the Guthrie family. You want to respect not just the family, but you want to maintain the integrity of your scene. This isn't for TV. This isn't for everybody yet. They may not know what they have. If they have a container, it may contain more evidence. This is all probative. You want this information. You want these items, but you want to maintain, the decorum of what you're doing while you're systematically protecting that family.
Cheryl, you are an experienced crime scene investigator. We love having people with your experience on, not just because you identified the facts, but because that experience gives you a gut instinct about what may have happened. I know you don't know definitively anything. None of us do. But based on your experience and based on your gut instinct, what do you think is the motivation here?
Well, I don't think it's money because they failed spectacularly. She wasn't ransomed the first day, the second day. The third day, they sent it to TMZ. They give them 2 separate deadlines to get the money. Savannah Guthrie says on Saturday, we will pay. Well, her mama is released Sunday, and then Monday comes and goes in the second deadline. That leaves, for me, revenge. So I don't know what their motivation would be. It's in their head of whatever they deemed revengeful. But to me, that's what we're left with.
That is fascinating.
Truly. Cheryl, thank you so much for that insight. Yes, indeed. Thank
You know what I want to do? We should go to Walmart and see if we can find the Ozark backpack. Ozark backpack. Ozark Trail Hiker backpack. You want to go to Walmart? You should go to Walmart. I don't know. Something to see. You guys want to go on Walmart live, YouTube live, Walmart? We're like, nope, yeah, no, yeah, for what? No. We're like, nah, probably sold out. We could go buy. How much are those backpacks? Because I'm looking here. Ozark backpack on Walmart. It's like $10. I could go down there and buy one. $10. Yeah, people are like, for what? Waste of time. Crazy. All right, I'm going over to Nancy's in very shortly. Going back to Nancy's. All right, we're on the move. We're on a mission. We're on a mission. Look at the mountain. That's pretty cool. Mount Lemon. Back there. It's not Mount Lemon, but pretty cool back there. Go see if cars are still impounded. Yeah, we can go to the impound lot. Hold on. That's another thing we could do. We'll go to Pima County impound lot. You want to go to the impound lot? Pima County Sheriff's impound lot. We didn't go there yet. What are we actually looking for? Which vehicle are we looking for? I live in Tucson, a third world country. Maybe would do very well here because Mafia would do very well here because you could put someone in the desert or take to Mexico. No one cares. Impound lot.
Head toward Northern Hills Drive.
Let's go look. Let's go to the
County Sheriff's Department impound yard may be closed today.
I'm going to go to the impound lot in a minute.
Turn right to stay on West Ternero Street.
Range Rover, Nancy's car, Annie's car. Not going to be able to see it? Why not? Let me see something a minute. Because I went to the FBI one, and I went to another sheriff where they put vehicles, but let me just make sure. Hold on. Slow chat. Everybody goes Walmart. I'm going back to Nancy's for now. I'll do impound lot later. Another one. There's two places where vehicles could be. There's a sheriff's office. There's a evidence place on the side of the building, it appears, and then also the FBI building.
Hi guys, I am back and forth. I don't know if you can smell. Can you smell what I'm cooking? Breakfast sausage links with wild rice. It is amazing. Okay, Joe, I went and looked. I don't know where you've seen that. I believe you, but I don't know where you've seen that. The blood was not Nancy's. I went to Fox on X and Facebook. Hey, all four of you, can you please hit the like? I'd appreciate it. Jonathan seems really bummed out. However, this case is cold, in my opinion, right now. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Fox News alert. Oh, I don't got TV. Hold on a minute. Let me go. Hold on. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I mean, that'd be a big deal. All right. Okay, this is the only thing I can find. Here we go. This is the only thing I can find, and it's about last night. TMZ's talking now? All right, hold on.
Tucson home overnight, just 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's place.
This comes as it has been a full 2 weeks since she was last seen.
Let's bring in retired FBI supervisory agent James Galliano live outside of Nancy Guthrie's home, and Darren Porcher, former NYPD lieutenant, former NYPD undercover narcotics officer, and U.S. Army veteran. Both are outside Pima County Sheriff's Office. So, James, we've been talking to you all morning. What is the latest, and what is your analysis of the latest?
Well, last night, Charlie, the statement that was put forth on social media by the Pima County Sheriff's Office essentially said, at this juncture, yes, there was police activity at a location that's just several miles northwest of my location here in front of Nancy Guthrie's house. And then basically stated that on the advice of the FBI, there would be no more messaging regarding this police activity. Look, I think it tells us a lot. It tells us that there is an uptick now. We've got close to 20,000 leads. All those leads have to be run down. The vast majority of them are going to end up being nothing, but you still want to encourage the public. If you see something, say something. So all that's being run down right now. I think you're also going to see, and I'll predict this, a return to Nancy Guthrie's home behind me. I still think that there are things that law enforcement feels like that they can possibly get out of another run through there. And what do I mean? Well, the last week or so, we've been walking around this neighborhood, taking a look also at the structure and her property from the drone footage, and just seeing where there were other potential entry points. These style homes, they're built sturdy. They have that, the Southwestern flair. It's Latin American and Spanish architecture. I still am not convinced that the intruder or intruders came in through the front door, a heavy oak type door with a rejas, which means bars in Spanish, which is like a ventilation grating system. So I have a feeling there's going to be more work done in this house here. They're going to come back here and try to retrace the steps of whoever or however many people made entry into her house that night and then ended up ultimately abducting her.
So, Darren, give us your take. I mean, you've been at the sheriff's office there, and I presume there hasn't been any activity this morning. But based on what we saw overnight, particularly that Range Rover that was seized, that now is presumably a crime scene, where do you think this investigation is headed today?
Well, speaking from a position of conjecture, we really don't know everything based on what's been introduced to the public. But when we look at it from the geography, that house where Nancy was living, or where Nancy lives, is 2 miles away. And it takes you roughly 8 minutes to drive from that house where the warrant was executed on to Nancy's house. Then when we look to the Range Rover, could this be a possible vehicle that was used as it relates to going to the location and extracting either both Nancy and the abductor? That's a possibility. One of the things that the investigators are going to do is they're going to look to the geofencing at the location to connect the cell towers to the individuals in question that were possibly taken into custody to see if they were in fact at the location and were they communicating. I think this is all speculation, but at the same token, it makes a lot of sense. It's somewhat relevant.
James, you said earlier in a segment that you agreed with some of the other investigators that I asked this question to, that this was a home invasion gone wrong. It certainly would look like that when you saw that creepy video of the masked guy outside the home. He looks like a home invader, and yet why would a home invader take a body out of the house, even if it goes wrong and Nancy Guthrie gets injured and he, you know, this isn't the way you expected it to go. Why remove the body? Why not just get out?
Yeah, Rachel, it does. I notice a lot of people in my business are looking at this now from the perspective of the ransom note or notes quite possibly not having any type of nexus to the actual abduction. Yeah, that's not a standard tactic for somebody that's going to be involved in a home invasion. Why are you conducting a home invasion? You want to go in and you want to rob a family, and you're going to do it with violence. You're going to come in, you're going to storm the place, you're going to take things, and then you're going to leave. But again, going back to the motivations, for profit, right? Or was it for revenge?
Right.
Now, Mrs. Guthrie is an 84-year-old woman, not the typical type of target we would see. She's not necessarily a high net worth person or target where the extortion was going to be based on money alone. So could it just been a situation where the house was cased and it was an opportunity to rob an old lady? Possibly. If you look at the terrain behind me, you know, Dr. Porcher and I were cops and agents in New York City for, you know, over 2 decades each. This is the exact opposite of that. The topography here is arduous. It's rolling, undulating hills with creosote bushes and agave plants and cacti. And during the day right now, you look at it and you say, wow, you can see the house directly behind me. At night, Rachel, and you know this from Arizona, it gets so dark you can't see your nose in front of your face. So I also think that there'll be more scouring of the terrain and the topography out here. Folks looking for something, anything, a discarded cigarette butt, another glove, that kind of thing. All those things are going on, while also the technology part of this, the telemetry, the geolocation, where you do a geofencing and find out what cell phones, what personal electronic devices pinged in this area, and then trying to connect it to one other piece or link that will put them in touch with another suspect or subject.
Well, James, if there's revenge, it doesn't mean it has to be revenge on Nancy. It could be revenge on the family, on one of the siblings. There could be other motivations. It's also perplexing, but it's been really interesting talking to both of you because you are among the most experienced in this, and we will continue to check in with you as everything unfolds there in Tucson. Thank you so much, James and Darren.
All right, so there's that. I went all over the internet and I can't find nothing. Maybe it's from yesterday. I don't know. I'm just saying, I can't find it. All right, let's go to, let's see. Can you hear my food cooking? Can you hear the food cooking? Oh, great, I'm frozen. Great. It says it's live, really? Weird.
Crazy or what? All right, back at square one. don't know if today's going to be an active day or not. Every day brings something different to the table. Every day something brings different.
Every day.
Something different, right? How are you doing?
Perfect. Amazing.
You live around here? Nice area.
Beautiful. Quiet.
What do you think about all this? Look, 39,000 people watching.
39,000.
Yeah.
Are you from the media? Which one?
JLR Investigates.
Oh, you are a investigator?
No, just a journalist.
Oh,
Sleuth.
Okay.
Citizen journalist, gonzo journalist, YouTuber.
YouTuber.
What's that in your eye there? What's that? Like a mirror?
Yes, right here. The
Oh, so you can see behind me. Ah. How many miles you do a day?
40 something.
40 a day?
No, not day.
Every day.
Every other day, or twice a week at least.
Oh, good exercise. Good air. You have a good day, sir. I like biking when I get the time. Every day is different.
It's a lot of bullshit, buddy. Why? And the YouTubers or whatever it is, a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From 10, 1 is good, and 9 is garbage, right? Why?
You have a good day. Bye-bye. Yeah, he's pointing at the drone. I don't know if he said something about YouTubers garbage. The Tour de France. We'll kind of use this spot here for now. Morning.
Morning.
You're over the house today. Saw you over the house today. See the people come back? They didn't come back.
It's really quiet.
Hello. Nice car. We got Teslas and Corvettes. All right, we're just gonna plant it here. I like this because you never know who pops up.
One more. Yeah. Okay.
I need to go through all my pictures too. That you Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's one of the last questions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know it.
I just taking a stroll. We'll see what's going on, folks. Come on in. JLR investigates. Out here in front of Nancy Guthrie's home. Sheriff came to the road. They walked away. There's not much activity here today, so I'm kind of just gonna plant the camera here and kind of enjoy the beautiful weather and see what happens. As new news reports or new things circulate, whatever like that, we'll share in the chat. We're just kind of like on standby, see what happens today on a Saturday. Where is Nancy? This is what, day 14? Day 14 now? 14? Saturday. Yeah, 14. It's like day 14. Day 14. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. They've detained a total of 4 people. Done all types of evidence gathering, from finding gloves on the side of the road to coming to the home here with the tent, FBI, county forensics, scouring properties, talking to neighbors, ring cameras, both properties, surveillance, seeking. We don't know what else they've done. Has anyone polygraphed? You know, for instance, yesterday, with the search yesterday at whoever's home there 2 miles away, they got a search warrant. How many other search warrants have been conducted with this case that we don't know about? Sure, some people's banking records probably have a search warrant right now. And people's cell phone companies, cellular, search warrant. Most likely. Search warrant. Search warrant.
What do I need to do? All right, everybody, I'm done eating. I'm back. Jonathan seems to be a little, I don't, what's the word? Disappointed, not disappointed. Bummed out. I don't know. Hold on a minute. All right. According to Jim. Okay. Let me see how Dolly's doing, because Dolly is the one that watched that man pew pew, deleted themselves. Well, he's not even live. He took down his videos of that. Interesting. So Dolly took down his video talking about what happened and what he saw. It's not up no more. Not even him just talking about it. Okay. I don't know why they're taking it. I don't know why they're taking it down. I mean, Fox, or not Fox 4, Channel 4 in Tucson took their article down too about it. Okay. Why would the sheriff say that? Hold on, you guys. I'll show you what I'm looking at. I'm on the Facebook group. This is what we got. Sheriff says Nancy was alive when she left the house. How do you know that? I don't know. This person says here, good morning. Law enforcement believes a resolution is imminent out of difference. Difference? Must be difference. I'm briefly pausing my coverage. Please note that Pima has been competent in the past and came up empty. Yeah, you know what? There's nothing going on here. Nothing going on. You guys, nothing. Nothing's gonna happen. Hi, how you doing? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, look at how these people are being. And Dolly's not even live. I hope Dolly's okay. I mean, he took down his video of what happened. I mean, him just even talking about it. That's weird. So this is it. I don't feel like watching paint dry, okay? I doubt it. I don't. Nope. Listen to me. Nope. I feel it's a cold case. I do. It's cold. You're not detaining. You're just detaining these people, not arresting anybody. Come on, now. What do you guys got going on today? You did? Okay, let me go. I did have him pulled up, but I thought I'd check on Dolly, see if he was okay.
Hey guys, so I just got an update from the Pima County Sheriff, Chris Nanos. He says that last night was them just tracking down leads. There were no arrests and there are no signs of Nancy. So just tracking down leads, no arrests, no signs of Nancy. That's exactly what he just told me. So I can't believe it. I mean, last night was insane. Sorry if I look crazy, by the way. I really basically didn't sleep. But you know, it was an insane night. SWAT team was out. They went in on a house. There was a traffic stop. There was a Range Rover that was towed. At one point, there were 3 people who were detained, my sources were telling me. The investigation went on all night long, and apparently, as of right now, no arrests, no signs of Nancy. I will say this, if they are looking at DNA from anyone who they were talking to, that may take a little time. So we're going to have to wait and see on that front. But officially from the sheriff's office, just tracking down leads, no arrests, no signs of Nancy. And that's where we stand right now as of Saturday morning. Hey guys, so I just got an update from
All right. So there's that. SWAT team to follow up on leads. What? Come on. The only thing I don't understand when TMZ puts out their stuff that gives. Because TMZ is full of shit. That's why. They're in my opinion, the ransom is fake. It's a person like that Derek guy. And yeah. Hey, I said the person's probably watching all this go down. The person's probably here. I bet you FBI is right here walking around like he's a spectator. All right, you guys. I'm not going to sit here like I did last night. Nope, absolutely not. Because there's a live I want to get ready for tonight. It's going to be about Viking mindset and what's going on. Because I got the official police report from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. And I just want to go through some things within that case. But if anything pops up, I will be back. I'm not gonna just watch this screen. No, absolutely not. Sorry, I put everything out there new that I did see. Okay. All right. You guys have a good one. And I'm full, Patty Sturgis. I had that breakfast sausage links for the meat market with wild rice in it. Oh God, it's so good. And eggs. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. And watch out for my notification for Viking mindset.